So welcome to class. We're going to do a legs up the wall class. It's one of my favorite practices, and I get more requests for this particular practice. It's yin, and it is just a great practice. When you're feeling really out of sorts, if you're not feeling well, if you've got a cold, a legs up the wall practice can be done with your legs up the side of the headboard. So a nice comfortable warm blanket. You don't need any props at all. It's just a beautiful practice. If you have high blood pressure and you're unmedicated, maybe not so long, maybe just do maybe half of the practice, not so much. But otherwise you should be fine. For those who have tight hamstrings, you're going to be a little further away from the wall, okay, not so close. So we're all going through some difficulty here. If you're in a fear place, don't worry. We're all there a little bit, but recognizing, this feels like fear. Using the practice of that wisdom. I'm noticing I'm very fearful. I'm feeling fear, and then I'm noticing I'm feeling fear. Right? There's the witness. I'm feeling kind of fearful. I think I'll do some poses to help alleviate that. I think I'll get on my mat or on a blanket and just bring my legs up the wall. And then organically, you'd even know what to do once your legs are up the wall. You'll remember some of these poses quite easily. This can be like a daily practice. Before you go to bed, it'll help you sleep at night if you're in a place of worry or concern. So we are here to support you during this time. I am grateful to be here, and so let's get started, okay? So to get your legs up, just try to bring your hip, my left hip is touching the wall, and then coming down at elbows, and just swinging legs up, just like that. And I'm gonna shimmy a little, my bottom is touching the wall, and we've got the bar here, but that's okay, so just pretend the bar's not there. Here's the legs up the wall, the Parina Karani it's called. Has so many benefits, this particular pose. So if this is too much for your hamstrings, shimmy away from the wall a little bit. Okay? And this can be the pose by itself. You can just simply do this particular pose and nothing else, and you'll feel much better. You could, if you wanted to, put something underneath your hips to lift you up. It's completely inverted that way. If you had another folded blanket, or a towel, you can put it under your hips. I'm just going to stay here with this one blanket. Okay. So let me tell you some of the benefits. This is going to reverse the flow of the blood in your body, and it's also going to reverse the flow of chi in your body. And chi is something that goes up and down the body constantly, in and out of all the different organs. And sometimes the chi can get a little bit depleted or can get kind of stuck in places that are injured or in places of gripping. So if you're clenching here, the chi can get sort of stuck here. If you're gripping here, the chi can get kind of stuck there. So this is going to help reverse and help to smoothly flow in your body. So lots of things to do. You could take your arms in goalpost arms like that. You can take your arms straight back behind you. You could hold your hands and interlace your hands under your head like that. So different options for arms here. You could take a hand on your heart center and a hand on your belly center if you prefer, like that. Or you can simply have your arms down by your side. Lots of options. I already feel better now with my legs up the wall. So this is my go-to pose. If you're having a quarrel with someone or a little agitated, take a little break for yourself, go into a quiet room, legs up the wall. And so we like to hold each pose, between 3 and 5 minutes or so. But if you're enjoying this at home, stay longer, stay 10 or 12 minutes, if that works for you. If you're binge watching TV or, something which we probably all will do, right? Yeah,
just put your legs up the wall and, you know, watch your TV or whatever it is that you do, listen to music. So I'm going to invite you to come into a place of stillness right now. How to do that? Just become aware of your breath, where you feel the breath in your body, and just focus on that. Just keep noticing. And you can use words just to describe how you feel. So maybe the breathing, you feel stretching in the torso. Maybe you feel ribs expanding a little bit. Maybe you feel the throat or in the nose. So checking in, right now we'll do a little body scan as we've got legs up the wall. Noticing the bottoms of your feet. Maybe close your eyes during this body scan. Noticing your right ankle, the right whole leg, your knee, your right hip. Noticing the left foot ankle, the left knee, the left hip. Just observe, notice. Notice your back. Notice the front of your torso. Notice your neck, your shoulders, your arms, hands, fingertips. Notice the whole back of the body pressing down on the blanket, back of your head, all the places touching down. Notice the top of the body, maybe the air moving across your face, your arms, your feet. Notice the feeling of the fabric on your body. That's an awareness practice, mindfulness of sensation. And we'll continue that mindfulness practice as we shift a little bit. So taking your feet down the wall here. Open your knees to the sides, maybe holding your hands on your outer knees perhaps, if that works for you. Not pushing, just sort of supporting your knees here. Or again, you can take arms here like that. You can hold your hands behind your head. You can take hands on your body. So yogi's choice. Choose whatever works for you. Noticing sound, and let this be a practice. So in your own home, wherever you're practicing, notice any sound, like a heightened sense of sound. Notice the sound that's in the room. Even your home has sounds. Buildings have sounds. See if you can notice the sounds outside of your home. Maybe there's a dog barking. Maybe there's a car. And notice how many sounds, once you're aware of sounds, it's how many sounds there are. And let this be a meditation practice, mindfulness of sound. And then noticing the sound of your own breathing, maybe even bringing in a little bit of ujjayi breath, a very soft ujjayi breath. It's barely audible. If you're not familiar with ujjayi breath, I'd invite you to whisper the word whisper. Right? So we can do that together. It's like whisper. And then as you whisper the word whisper, extend the R. Whisper. And And then see if you can get that sound with your lips closed, your lips sealed. So the sound of your own breathing. Take your arms down by your side and draw your knees together, bring them back up like that. And notice how that feels. So you're going to take your right ankle over the left knee, take your right hand on your right knee, and then maybe just, this might be enough for you. You might be able to find that you can slide your foot down the wall a little bit. If you find your hips are floating way up, then slide the leg back up the wall. Okay, so find that place where you can be. That left leg straight is fine. The left leg a little bent, that works. Some of you are much more bendy than others. And so just notice, and then just commit. Something that I like to do here is, because my hips are really tight, I take my hand and bring it right in the crease of the leg and the hip, right below that hip bone, the bony hip bone in front. And I press it in, so when I come here, that way, then I've actually created a little space in that hip socket. So see if that works for you. You could also put a blanket there as well. So settling in, and just mindfulness again. Stay with sound. Notice how sound becomes almost like you've never heard these sounds before, like you've never heard sound and now you're hearing it for the first time. See how that works for you. And notice sounds that you find to be pleasant, and then sounds you have an aversion to. Noticing we have judgments about sounds. It's a dog barking way in the distance, and we may not like that sound. We have a judgment about it. Or maybe sounds of birds outside the windows. Maybe sound, we like that sound. So notice that too. There's a judgment about how we feel about certain sounds. Okay. Draw your leg back up. Pause here. Notice the whole right side. Sometimes there's a sense of a flushing. It feels like flush of heat in this whole area, or it could feel like a humming or a buzzing sensation. That's actually the movement of the chi. Next, doing the other side, take the left ankle over the right knee, and maybe placing hand on the left knee, and then maybe making a little bend with your right knee like that, and go as far as you can with this pose. And then I'm going to bring my hand again back in the crease of the hip and the thigh, just to create more space. And so bringing your awareness, mindfulness of seeing. So I feel like there's not much to look at right here. I'm looking at the ceiling, and I'm seeing, the lights and the heater grades and the different colors, but then look a little bit deeper, look a little longer, and then it becomes more interesting. I'm noticing places on the ceiling that have paint marks. I'm noticing, just sight. I can see the corners. I'm noticing a lot of angles. So just observe. You're probably looking at your own ceiling, and observe that. And then notice a huge judgment, like, oh, somebody made a mess with the paint line here. I can see straight. So notice judgment with that sight. This is a great mindfulness practice when you go out into the woods or the forest or the beach. And do that more than usual now. You know, take yourself out for a walk, you know, with trees, and really use mindfulness of seeing the ocean. We are so fortunate to live so close to the ocean. Lots of walking trails, using the meditation of sight and sound, both as you go for a walk. This practice of yin yoga is a wonderful complement to going for a walk, going for a bike ride, or just going into your yard if you have a yard, and just looking, seeing, and noticing against judgment, letting judgment go. Sliding both legs up. And then a great practice, also another mindfulness meditation practice, is mindfulness of taste. And it's a beautiful meditation practice as you're enjoying a meal. Being mindful of eating is a great practice. So even now we're not eating, but notice as you close your mouth and you're breathing, notice your tongue in your mouth. Notice how the inside of your mouth tastes. I know it sounds like an odd thing, but now that I've said it, notice. Does it taste like sort of dry? If it starts to taste sweet, then you know the practice is working. That's something that happens when you're practicing, and it's the sense of sweet in your mouth. So notice that. And then we're going to shift to the next pose. So now take your whole straight right leg over the straight left leg. Your right heel will float down towards your left hip. And then if you're very tight in your hips and knees, do this very mindfully. You're going to roll a little bit to the left. Take your left heel under the right hip, and then see if you can slide back. See how that worked. If you're not able to do that, take the left leg back up. This is shoelace pose on the wall, which I found really a great pose. And so once you're here, if you feel like this is not a lot, you could try bringing your feet away like that, and then bringing your legs up, and then drawing your feet towards you. This is really big in my body right now. It's a big, big opening, but it feels good. So I'm going to stay right here like this. Shoelace pose. And now I'm going to transition to legs back here and be supported by the wall. And then maybe arms overhead, because that feels like that might be nice. Now we're going to shift to mindfulness of our thinking mind, our thoughts, mental chatter. And that can be almost disturbing when you're first aware of it, because it seems as though there's so many thoughts coming in and out constantly. And just see if you can notice the beginning of a thought, the end of a thought, as though you're sort of sitting outside of yourself and you're just noticing. So be the witness to your thoughts. You're witnessing the thinking mind. And you are not your thoughts. Thoughts just happen. Your mind does what it's supposed to do. It thinks thoughts. So not identifying with a thought so much. It's just thought. That's all it is. And so notice how the thoughts can come and they can go. Visualize having a stream going right down the mat here. And each thought you have, it comes off onto a leaf, and the leaf flows down the stream away. See if that works for you. So mindfulness of thinking, we notice our thoughts, we try not to attach to them or identify with them. We just simply notice them. Ah, there's a thought. And then here's another one. Mindfulness of thinking, mindfulness of thoughts. Float your arms down, take your legs back up, pause. Now take your left knee over right. Take the left heel down towards the right hip. Going to roll over to the right in order to let the left heel come down and then come back to center. And once you're here, if it feels really easy, you can go deeper. Maybe float your feet away from the wall like that. Bring your legs up or bring the heels down and then let your feet come against the wall like that. Okay? And then do whatever you want. This time I think I'll bring my hands behind the head like that, interlacing hands. Now this is a little bit more challenging, and you can try this if you want. It's mindfulness of emotions. And so notice right now what emotion is present. And it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. And it's not about what was present this morning or yesterday. What's present right now in this moment as far as your emotions. See the quality of them. And if this is confusing to you and you're not sure, don't worry about it. It's just an invitation to notice. It could be minor irritation, could be uncertainty, a sense of worry, a sense of fear, or it could be a sense of buoyancy and joy that we have this beautiful practice that we can do together, that we have each other. So I'm feeling an emotion of gratitude right now. And I'm feeling a sense of uncertainty as well. Just not judging it. And then you're going to bring your arms down by your side, bring your legs back up, pause again. And then slide your feet down. And bring your feet more than hip distance. This is called stirrup pose. For some of you, this is going to feel intense. Others, it's going to feel pretty easy. It's okay either way. So I'm going to invite you after practice, if you're going to have breakfast or lunch or dinner, to use your meal as a mindfulness practice. Noticing the color and the texture of the food. Acknowledging the mindfulness of gratitude for what we have. And then as you eat, looking at your food, tasting it, the crunching perhaps, the texture of the food. And I also think about, where the food came from, who grew it, who produced it, who packaged it, all that kind of stuff. And that can be a meditation practice on mindfulness of eating. Staying with your stirrup pose. here, if you would like, you can come into the full happy baby pose. Your hands can come into the arches on your feet, the outside, the big toes. If this is too much, you can let your heels come together like that. So full happy baby pose or any modification that works for you. Just stand right here. Let your shoulders be heavy. And then bring your knees right towards your chest. Give yourself a hug. Roll a little bit from side to side. And then roll over to your right side and press yourself up to a seated pose. We're going to end with a breath work, a pranayama, Nadi Shodhana. So this will help to calm your nervous system. It helps to bring balance to both hemispheres of the brain. It can help you before sleep if you have insomnia. The legs up the wall practice, great practice for the end of the day, before you go to bed. Good practice the middle of the day to kind of get yourself back to a sense of equanimity and balance. So I hope you enjoy the legs up the wall practice. So for Nadi Shodhana, you could take your first two fingers of your right hand and bring your first two fingers to the ball of your thumb like that. So you've got your ring finger and your thumb free. You're going to take your ring finger, you're going to block off the left nostril, you're going to inhale to the right, exhale to the right, inhale again through right, block off right, exhale left, inhale left, block off left, exhale right, inhale right, block off right, exhale left, inhale left, block off left, exhale right, inhale right, block off right, exhale left, inhale left, and continue. And then float your hands down and breathe normally. Observe how you feel after Nadi Shodhana. Take your hands back over your heart center. Bow your head to your heart. May you have peace. May you have ease in your body and your mind and your spirit. Hands to prayer. Namaste.
Shanti, 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 peace. Thank you for joining